Here's the deal. I was searching for a new fun car, and you know, everything GM, that's my bread and butter. I love GM products, but everything GM that was four-door was like 4,500 pounds or, you know, fatter. So I decided to venture out of my comfort zone a little bit, and one of my buddies convinced me to pick up a E90 BMW 335i, and I love the car. I bought one about a month or two ago, and absolutely the chassis is just phenomenal on it. I love the power delivery. It's so smooth. You got torque everywhere. It's great. Well, the car that I bought, you know, it was already worked over. It's got aftermarket turbos, you know, front mount intercooler, E30 tune, exhaust, fueling upgrades. You know, it's had some work done to it, right? So the guy told me it burned like a quart of oil between oil changes, and I was like, yeah, it's not too bad, no big deal. Well, in the first 2,000 miles of me owning it, it burned, you know, 2 quarts of oil. So that was a lie. So I did a compression test on it, and it was down across the board. One hole had 80 pounds of compression in it. So yeah, that motor's junk. It burns like a quart of oil every 100 miles now. So I ended up buying another engine for it. They really aren't too expensive. They're like, I think I paid 1,800 bucks for this long block. I'm going to end up selling a bunch of stuff off of it. So yeah, it should be a good deal. Bought some Index 12 injectors for it. So it should be pretty good. I've got a new valve cover for it, valve cover gasket, oil pan gasket, oil filter housing gasket. I'm basically just re-gasketing the whole motor, and putting the Index 12 injectors in. I'm gonna end up cleaning it all up, but I think in this video, I'm basically just gonna slam the thing apart, clean it up, and be good to go. So for the uninitiated, this is an N54. It's a 3-liter, right? Yeah, it's a 3-liter 6-cylinder, direct injected, twin turbo. I want to say they make around 300 horsepower, 300 foot-pound stock at like 7 pounds of boost. Yeah, this one is the motor that I'm going to be putting into my E90. I've got hybrid turbos on mine, and you know, some fueling upgrades and new injectors and all that. But I got to blow this thing apart and you know, re-gasket the whole thing. Make sure we're not going to have any stupid failures once it's in the car. There's a handful of issues with this engine, and we're gonna try to take care of a majority of those. You know, at the end of the day, it's still a BMW, so you never f***ing know. All right, what you got going on over here?
All right, so I'm working on this Mustang, so Pro Charge, box body, nothing too fancy. It's originally an AOD car, and we're doing a Tremec TKX 5-speed swap. Got the interior still torn apart, just got the pedals in there. Transmission just recently installed. And now we're working on putting in the rear end. We stole a center section out of this Turbo Coupe rear end, which is a 373 with the limited slip. Took out the 323 with the limited slip.
Oh, that'll be so much better.
That was in here, so we get a nice little factory upgrade, and we're using a close ratio transmission. So
that'll be fun as hell to drive.
This guy wants to do some autocross and be able to drive it up to good guys in Iowa and do stuff like that. So this should be a perfect little street machine. Nothing too crazy.
It's clean too. I mean, it's dirty, but
it's dirty, but it's low mileage, 30,000 miles.
Oh wow!
And 2-owner car.
Oh, that's awesome.
With the Cobra kit on it. Pretty clean. Well, that's not mine. That's a customer that we're wrapping up on.
You know how much power it makes?
I have no idea. If I were to guess,
Like
250 at the wheel, probably.
yeah.
Maybe more with manual.
I mean it's got a pretty big pulley here.
We put a smaller pulley on it. Make sure it makes some boost.
It probably makes what, like 5-6 pounds?
Probably 6,
Yeah.
6, 7 pounds. Nothing substantial.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It'll be fun to drive, honestly.
It'll be a good fun car.
Close ratio transmission and you know, that steep rear gear. It'll be fun. It won't be fast, it'll be fun.
It'll be fun. And they're lightweight, so that
Yeah.
helps also. And then we got my personal track car, a little Z3.
Yeah.
That sits, but you know how race cars go. They do love sitting and driving.
It's very true. I made that.
Yep. About 5 years ago now.
That was a long time ago.
Limited interior, you know.
Weight reduction, man. And I rode in this thing once around the road course. It's fast.
It's fast for a little car.
Yeah. It goes around a corner really nice.
She handles well. It's a Miata with 200 horsepower instead of 100.
Right. Yeah, it's awesome. I like it. I dig it.
We got the Shop E90. I just got back from Rocky Mountain Race Week.
Successfully. That's key right there.
Successfully completed in the 11-second class. Nothing too crazy. Also a hybrid turbo car.
Who's got bigger hybrid turbos?
You do.
Ha ha! But you got port injection.
But I got one.
Want to pop the hood?
I can do that, yeah. LCI MTEC car.
Yeah.
With N54.
How rare is an LCI car with an N54?
Extremely rare. This is the only one in the country I could find when I bought the car.
That's awesome. So you got some upgraded coils. Obviously you got the inlets, the charge pipe. Nice oil cooler and intercooler down there.
Yeah, oil cooler upgrade. For you guys that are wanting to do other upgrades, you can turn your factory sport cooler to your transmission cooler. Highly recommended. Nothing crazy. I built this for I wanted to be like an OEM plus style car. I was going for maybe 500 horsepower. And that's where she's at.
About sitting around 500 horse.
That's what I say.
Probably makes closer to 6.
500. I built it for 500, so she makes 500. Port injection, full ethanol, flex fuel car. Runs strong.
That's where I want to be. Except,
second and 14 pounds of boost. So 1190 got 14 pounds of boost.
it's not bad.
It's okay.
For like, you know, a car that you can just drive across the country.
Street car.
Yeah.
Full interior.
AC, cush
10
seats.
grammar church.
Yeah.
You know.
And they won't even know.
They won't even know.
And they can just go rip off an 11-second pass. No big deal. It's awesome.
It's like a modern Grand National. What do you know?
All right, so the first order of business, I want to get all this spaghetti out of here. This engine has 2 harnesses. There's one on either side of the engine, so we'll start pulling stuff apart. That was easy. See, BMWs are easy to work on. You just pull everything out of the car and then everything's right there. So this right here, these things have electric water pumps from the factory, and I'm probably going to break this connector, but there we go. This is another point of pain in the N54. They've got plastic bodies and plastic impellers, and you know, they a lot of people have issues with these, but you know, it's just one of those things. You replace it every, what, 100,000?
70.
70,000? You know, and they aren't terribly expensive. You know, nothing out of the world for BMW. You know, I'm gonna do a lot of trash talking on BMW this video. You need to buy a Toyota. That's the only way that you're gonna get to where you're going.
It's a great start.
Yeah. They use aluminum bolts.
That's why you have torque specs on BMWs.
You torque everything on CPMW. Hey! That one came out. And that one. Wow, would you look at that? There's a hole. I was not expecting it to be that heavy.
Water cup?
Yeah.
Yeah, she has a plate on there.
The impeller's in immaculate condition.
Going on the shelf.
Yeah, I'm keeping this one. That's a good unit right there. It's a little turbo. It's like the size of the turbos.
Yeah. Last about just as long as well.
Let me get all the vacuum lines off of this thing. Let's get these outlets off. That sounds like fun. Woo! Woo! Oh wow, they're O-ringed?
Oh yeah. Little dinky little outlets. This nice smash piece.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. This wouldn't be a lot of fun in a car. Is this scrap?
What's that?
Motor mount bracket? Nobody is ever going to want this.
Yeah, no one will probably want it. Drunker.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
Can't zoom in. Not the IS whales.
It's okay. I think.
They're already cracked.
Oh, well, you could have told me that before I shit myself. Fucker. That's fair, though. That's totally fair.
People pull those out.
Remember the good old days of turbocharging where everything was a flat gasket and terrible? I lost all my torques.
You lost my torques?
Yeah, your torques. I didn't lose my torques. I know where mine are.
They're right here on the ground.
No, those are E-torques.
You know, oh, did you grab the torque set?
It was David Blaine. Ah. Hey!
I levitated the seat.
Wow. And in this video, we take a turbo off. And that's it.
The end. Legal infield. It's about to come out. There it is. There it is.
Cool. Woo! Realistically, I don't even need to pull this apart. I just want to see if there's a bunch of metal in it. is.
Are you get that on video? Breaking it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just put that back in there. What is an oil change interval? It's black.
That's good.
It doesn't have any stripper glitter in it. Maybe a little bit over there.
Minimal.
Cool. Zip out those 4 bolts. Alternators out. Really? That sits below the AC compressor, huh?
Yep.
That's dumb.
That is kind of good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to get the alternator out, you have to pull the AC compressor off and the bracket that holds the AC compressor off. That's really dumb. I like BMW, but that's actually stupid.
Skipping alternators don't commonly fail.
That's true. Three. Need a dead blow. That's really dumb. Oh. Never mind. So this is an all-wheel drive oil pan. My car's rear-wheel drive, so we've got to swap that out. And I want to change the oil pan gasket anyway. Looks like the power steering pump bolts to the oil pan, so get that out of the way. Now we can go ahead and start zipping pan bolts out. That doesn't look terrible. Really don't look too bad in there. Can't see a whole hell of a lot. I don't know, what do you think?
Looks good.
Good enough.
Looks like a 130,000 mile engine.
Looks like a 130,000 mile engine. So I think we're gonna call it quits there for today. We've gotten a lot accomplished, tearing this engine down, and the further I get into it, the more I like what I see. But the video's getting a little bit long, and I don't wanna keep you guys any longer than I have to. So go ahead, leave a comment, like the video. If you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe, ring the bell so you can get notified when I post new videos. And trust me, there's going to be a lot on this E90. But, you know, if you've made it this far, I just want to say, hey, thanks for watching. I hope you have a good day.